Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. This lesson is inspired by something that was said in the show I was watching earlier. It's a very good show. It has a lot of prophetic things in there. And this is an illuminated show. When I say illuminated, I mean this is an insider show, absolutely, 100%. The name of it is Mr. Robot. Okay, I believe the brother Ahmath mentioned it to me a while back, if I'm not mistaken, but I just stumbled on it recently. And I've been what you call binge watching it, because there's a lot of prophetic things in it. A lot of food for thought, of what Esau's getting ready to do. But and one of the ways it's an illuminated show is that I looked up when it was made. It was made or released rather in 2015, and you can see there's certain scenes where people have masks on for no reason. That's one sign that it's an insider show. But there's other things in there that show you a lot of things that they say. But anyways. The title of this lesson is going to be based upon something that was said in the show. It says, you can't force an agenda. You have to inspire one. Now, this is what these elites are trying to do. Okay, they're getting ready to inspire their agenda on the planet Earth. All right. And they've already started to do that. Now, what I want to do is I want to look up the word inspire. The word inspire, just in the regular dictionary, we know in the etymology it means to breathe in, right? But in the etymology it says fill someone with the urge or ability to do or feel something, especially to do something creative. So you have a term called put a battery in a person's back, right? That's another way of saying to inspire somebody. Okay, it says stimulate, motivate, cause, incline, persuade, encourage, influence. And how are they going to do this? They're going to do this through fear. Fear is going to be the weapon of these elites. Fear is what had these people putting on the mask. Fear is what had these people in the line to get the juice. That's what happened. That's what made them do it. It was the fear that inspired them. And this is how they're going to inspire their agenda on the planet Earth. It's through fear. Okay, and I'm going to play that video for a bit that I had up there. But I'm going to read this. This is Wisdom of Solomon 17. In verse 12, it says, for fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succors which reason offereth. Okay, secure is like safety. Okay, so fear betrays that safety that reason offers, because you lose your wits when you're in complete fear. Okay, you lose your mind, right? So like if a woman, she gets into like a car accident, she just lets go of the wheel. That's not logical, but that's because of fear. Okay, you do things that are irrational because you're overly emotional. Okay, and that's why the Lord said what? I have not given you I'll write it like that just so it could pop up. This is 2 Timothy 1:7. It says, for the Most High hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. We're not supposed to be in that fearful, timid spirit. Okay, the Lord has given us a spirit so that when we get to that point in time, let's get Isaiah 33. Isaiah 33:6. We're going to be secure. Okay. This is Isaiah 33:6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of Yahweh is his treasure. And when you fear the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you don't have to fear anything else, because he's the one that protects you. He's the one that controls all these things to begin with. So you don't have to fear anything else when you fear Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. And continuing on in Wisdom of Solomon 17:13, it says, and the expectation from within being less counteth the ignorance more than the cause which bringeth the torment. So the ignorance, the not knowing, the expectation of what's behind the door is worse than what's actually behind the door. You know, as they say, the saying goes, the expectation of death is worse than death itself, and that is 100% true. Okay, because death is usually, well, it could be most cases it's more of a quick process. You know, when it gets there, you know, but it's the leading up to it that's nerve-wracking to the people. Okay, but we're not in fear like these people. Okay, it says, but they sleeping the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable, and which came upon them out of the bottoms of inevitable hell, were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions. And this is what the Lord was doing in Egypt, these different plagues, and partly fainted, their heart failing them for a sudden fear, and not looked for came upon them. We were having heart attacks and all that type of stuff because the Lord put the plague of darkness on them, had them seeing apparitions, you know, so on and so forth. And the Lord is going to do that, but a lot worse in this time. Okay, he's setting this up, and he's using the elites to bring in these plagues because that is part of his sword. All right, so they're going to inspire the people to roll with their agenda, to worship the beast. That's the bottom line. This is Psalm 17 and verse 13. It says, arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the enemy, which is thy sword. The Lord's sword is the Edomites. Okay, from men which are thy hand, O Lord, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life, and whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasures. They are full of children, and leave the rest of their substance to their babes. Okay, that's dealing with these elite Edomites because, you know, they have the world in their hands. You know, that's why the scriptures say, you know, they practice it in the morning because it's in the power of their hands to do it. They can just wake up and do it, you know. But the Lord is gonna put an end to them as well. But before he does that, he's gonna allow them to come down with that great wrath, which is going to execute the Lord's judgment. Let's get Revelations 12 and verse 12. And then I'm going to play that. This is Revelations 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Okay? He has a short time. So guess what? He's going to come down swiftly and hard. When all hell breaks loose, when Jacob trouble hits, it's not going to be a long 10-year drawn out thing. It's going to be a quick thing, but it's not going to be quick like 1 month. Okay, it may last a couple years or whatever the case may be, but it's not going to be a decade and things of that nature. No, things are going to move a lot quicker when that happens. Okay, they're trying to bring in the chaos, and then eventually, when people are worn out, mass majority of people are dead. Okay, then they're going to come with the solution. They're going to force the solution. You know, they need that Odo Ab Chaos, man. Odo Ab Chaos, okay? Let's listen to this, man, because the EMT, this type of scenario is the perfect scenario. This type of scenario will happen, okay? Where everything is basically shut down. You can't get into the banks and so on and so forth, and you know, lights are not working. This scenario will come in the first world countries, absolutely.
Talk with you. So what would an EMP attack on America look like? What would happen?
Okay, EMP, shorthand for electromagnetic pulse. It's created by launching ICBM launch. North Korea would be a likely candidate. Loft a missile 200 miles.
And that's nonsense. North Korea is not going to do anything like that. North Korea is a puppet. The leader of North Korea is a puppet as well. This is a big game. Okay? We know what's going to start World War III. We know what's really going to be about. But Esau has different things that he can blame a scenario like this on. He has a lot of things he could pull out of his back pocket. We'll see how he rolls with it. Now he's speaking about aliens. You always got hackers that he can use. The Russians. He can use all kind of things for his propaganda. But we'll see.
Miles above the United States, detonate the nuclear warhead, sets up a cascading electromagnetic effect known as the Compton effect. Hits the Earth's surface, feeds into our electrical wiring, it starts shorting out the entire power grid. If they launch 3 missiles, eastern, central, western United States, it would shut our grid down permanently. The frightening figures are upwards of 90% of all Americans would perish within a year or two with the
You know that 90% of Americans would perish in how long? A year or two. They didn't say 10 years, 50 years, and I didn't even remember the time. I didn't even hear the time frame he said, but a year or two. Okay, like I said, it's gonna be quick, but it's not gonna be quick like a month. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to have patience. But the Lord is, he's gonna protect his men. He's gonna guide his men through the angels. Michael the archangel and them are going to stand up for his people in that time, for the elect of his people, the Israel of God. Not all Israelites, just the Israel of God. 90%, he's saying, according to his estimates, right, which he's done calculations, he's wrote books on it. According to his estimates, 90% of the people would perish out of America if this type of scenario would happen, because you depend so much on this electricity in these first world countries. You have no idea. You don't have farms around. Okay, and if you do, you don't have enough, and that's being cut off. The Most High is setting up the worst case scenario for you using these elite devils.
Electricity gone.
Wow. So, why do you think this is likely even imminent?
For a lot of different reasons. Sooner or later, somebody's going to try to do this. We've known about this response to nuclear weapons for 40 or more years. North Korea is the one I watch closely, followed by Iran.
Okay, so he's going into nonsense. So anyways, that's the main point. All right, the 90% of people would perish because he doesn't know what he's talking about. North Korea, he's just bringing out his theory on who will do it. But who knows if he's set up or whatever the case may be. Like I said, these elites, they have many things in their back pocket that they can use to blame this type of scenario on. Doesn't matter. So the point is that the Most High is controlling these elites, and this is all happening for what? The day of the Lord, for his purpose. This is Proverbs 21:1. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. So the Lord is controlling these elites, excuse me, and they're doing his will. They're fulfilling his will for what purpose? The day of evil, the day of judgment. This is why they're on the earth. Proverbs, what's that? I think it was Proverbs 16. Proverbs 16 and verse 4. It says, Yahweh hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Okay, so the Lord has created all things for himself, including the wicked for the day of evil, man. All right, and we know that the wicked are known as the biblical Edomites, pursuing the Malachi, the 1st chapter. Okay, in other scriptures. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. They're going to inspire their agenda in the earth. With that, I'll say shalom.